meters and listening for any call. CQ, this is Mexico 3, Papa X-Ray Papa. Mike 3, Papa X-Ray Papa calling CQ on 40 meters and listening for any call.
Dokily then, how's it going, dude? We're all cooking on gas, mate. How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. I've been shouting here for, I don't know, 20 minutes and I've got nothing.
Wow, that's crazy. Put me now. Hang on a minute, let me check about now. I haven't had a look at the screen yet.
Yeah, there's a few further up, but nothing down this end.
Oh, if you want to move, mate, you can move up.
Yeah, no, I went up and had a listen, and it's like loads of just old dudes having their own little nets, you know? So, yeah, it is what it is, mate. I'm not too bothered.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, mate, I mean, especially these days, it doesn't matter where in the band you are, even if people don't check lower down towards the digital and CW end, you can see everything nowadays, so it's a lot easier for people to find each other, isn't it? But yeah, how's it going? Is Andy about?
Yeah, I'm not sure, mate. I did send a text, but I've not had a reply, so, yeah, I don't know, he might be busy doing his hair or something.
Yeah, get on, mate. I'll send him a message as well, say, wait, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah, right on, mate.
Done, mate. Well, living the dream, mate. Living the dream. I'll do some CQs, mate. Give you a break. CQ40, 2e0njk, 2e0 in November, Juliet Kilo, with company and live streaming on YouTube. Hello CQ, hello CQ. 2e0njk in a group and live streaming on YouTube. Over. Hello CQ, CQ40, 2e0, November, Juliet Kilo, 2e0njk, with company, and live streaming on YouTube. Hello CQ, CQ40, hello CQ, CQ40, 2e0njk, with company, and live streaming on YouTube. Hello CQ40, over. Andy just texted back, said he's going in town.
Going in town, eh?
Man, I would rather have my toenails pulled off with a rusty pair of pliers and then jabbed in my eye.
Nice, so you look forward to it then?
Oh, it's my favourite thing to do, mate.
I can see.
Oh, God, yeah, I hate going in town, mate. It's horrible. Hello, CQ40. It's just the dynamic duo. The third amigo is in town having his nails done or something. 2e0njk. Hello, CQ40. 2e0 November, Juliet Kilo, with company and live streaming on YouTube. Hello, CQ40.
George 0 Kilo Sierra Bravo.
George 0 Kilo Sierra Bravo. I'll just get back to the right page there. Good afternoon. Good to hear you. Name this way is Nick. November India Charlie Kilo. I'll give you a report on the next over. Go ahead.
Yes, okay. G0K. So did you say Nick or Mick? Just give us a quick break over.
Nick. November India Charlie Kilo. Go ahead. And you're 5x9, by the way.
Yes, okay. Good morning, Nick. Yeah, you're 5'9" plus 10, no problems at all. It's a little village called St. George's in Telford, Shropshire, and we're just heard you calling and just come up from 10 meters actually, and just have a quick chat. Look for my friends down here, but there's nobody there. But anyway, but yes, you're 5.9%, no problems at all. We're in Telford, Tango Echo Lima Foxtrot Oscar Romeo Delta. We're famous for the first iron bridge in the world in the mid-1700s and the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution. So operating name here is Aid Alpha Delta Echo. How's that from G0KSB?
QSL Aid, good to meet you, and certainly coming in a really good copy here today this morning. And nice to meet you, I think, for the first time. Just check, first time meeting you here on 40, so that's good. I wonder how you was getting on 10 meters. Any activity up there?
G0KSB returning. Yeah, there's a station being swamped in Madagascar. I just worked in off Madagascar, which is off the east coast of Africa. It's about 5 and 5, 5 and 7. We are just a small station here running 2 elements at 8 meters, so it can be done, but just have to persevere a little bit. But yeah, got through in the end, and a VK on 20 meters this morning. But otherwise, yeah, band is a little bit down. So the last few weeks has been fantastic. For me, a small station, I've been working VK and ZLs and JAs all the way up to the weekend, but it's not this week. So there you go. But anyway, you're sounding fantastic. So we're just running a 100 watts into a center-fed trap dipole, the old way, the 75 ohm twin, a 1-to-1 balanced transceiver. And that's about 6 meters in the air. So we are just a small station. How's that, Nick, from G0KSB?
2e0njk returning, excellent stuff. Well, that's good. We had a good contact into Madagascar, me and the gentleman here, up on 15 meters. We moved up to 15 in the evening. It just starting to go dark, and we were trying to get away from some contest mayhem. So we went up, and in fact, as 15 was kind of pretty much free at that point. And we went up there, we're just chit-chatting with each other, and in come this really strong station, and it wouldn't surprise me if it's the same guy, really, and worked us all in, yeah, fantastic signals. That was back a few months ago, though. Okay, Aid, very good copy there. I'll pass you over to the second station in the group. Unfortunately, the third amigo is not with us today, so it's just the two of us. We are live streaming on YouTube. If you go to either of our call signs on QRZ, there's a link at the top of the page, and you're about 6 minutes into the video. You'll be able to hear yourself as we're hearing you down in Plymouth. I'll pass you over to m3pxp to take. Go ahead, Matt.
G0KSB, this is m3pxp. Operating name here is Matt, Mike, Alpha, Tango, Tango. Your signal report to me is a good 5 and 9, 5 and 9, over.
Yes, okay. Good morning, Matt. Yeah, you're 5.9 plus 30, so wow, yeah, definitely very strong. One thing that you haven't told me, gentlemen, is where you are in the country, so that would be interesting to know. So perhaps you can tell me, Matt, please, as you'll know. But yeah, cracking audio, fantastic from both of you, and a lovely signal, which is always good to know. And believe me, the CQ Worldwide contest this weekend, I have never, ever in my life heard so many atrocious stations, and mainly coming from Europe, which is quite surprising. But yeah, you guys are fantastic, and that seems to be always the way. Okay, to you, Matt, from G0KSB.
G0KSB, yes. Myself and Nick were located down in the city of Plymouth. Just for your information, you peaked at a plus 20 there to me, my friend, so certainly doing the trip, and audio sounds nice as well, over.
Yeah, all copied, Matt. Thank you very much. Yeah, you're actually on the end of the dipole. My dipole radiates east and west, so you're coming on the very narrow section of the end of the dipole, dead south. So yeah, fantastic. Okay, I'll leave you guys alone. Very nice to hear you all. And yeah, it's just nice to have some stations on, because it does seem a little bit quiet at the moment. Back to you for Matt for any comments, and I'm not sure if you want to hand it back over, but otherwise to you, Matt, G0KSB.
G0KSB, thank you very much for the QSO, my friend. I'll hand it over to Nick for the final, and I'll say 73. It's a pleasure making contact with you, sir.
Excellent stuff. Thank you there, Matt. Good to hear you there, and excellent stuff there, Aid. Certainly working well. And you can find all of our equipment list on QRZ, but we're both using the same radio and similar audio kit, well, almost identical apart from one piece. Yaesu FTDX10, I got a half wave 30 feet, 35 feet. Matt has a half wave up at about 50. And that's the antennas and the radios this way. Excellent stuff. Aid, we'll hear you again soon further on down the log. 7-3 for now. 2e0njk, over.
Yeah, 2e0kSP for a quick final. Yeah, fantastic audio from them DX10s. I must admit, I've worked a lot of people on 710s and 10s, and I think Yaesu have got themselves a bit of a thing going on here. It certainly is incredible what they do. And I was at the Hamfest thing up in Derby 3-4 weeks ago, and yeah, Yaesu had a good stand there compared to the others. So Yaesu might have pulled it out the bag at the moment. Okay, all the best. Take care for now. Oh, sorry, I'm running an ICOM 7610 here, so that's what we've got. Okay, take care for now and all the best. 2e0k, speak clear. Cheers, gentlemen. Have a good one.
Excellent stuff there. 738, have a good day. Bye-bye for now. CQ40, 2 Echo 0. November, Juliet Kilo, 2e0njk. CQ40. 2 Echo 0, November, Juliet Kilo, with company, and live streaming on YouTube. Hello, CQ40, over.
Mike 6, Golf Tango Victor.
Mike 6, Golf Tango Victor, 2e0njk. Name this way is Nick, November, India, Charlie Kilo, down in the city of Plymouth. Go ahead, sir.
2e0njk, M6GTV. Very good morning, Nick and Matt. Name here is Glenn, Golf Lima Echo November, and I'm in the town of Southend-on-Sea, situated on the River Thames estuary, and you're giving me 20 plus years, Nick, no problem at all, good signal. The other gentleman is a little bit on the quiet side, but you're 20 over there, QSL.
QSL, no problem at all. Good to hear you there. M6GTV, 2e0njk. Thank you for the nice report there. Glenn, I'll pass you over to the second station in the group. Go ahead, Matt.
Mike 6, Golf Tango Victor. This is Mexico 3, Papa X-Ray Papa. Operating name here is Matt. I think you got that right. We're located down in the city of Plymouth. Your signal report to me is a 5 and a 9, my friend. 5-9. Over.
Mike 3pxp, M6GTV. Yeah, thanks for that, Matt. For some reason, you're giving exactly the same signal as Nick now, so all good, and lovely audio. I've just been looking at your web page and look at your equipment there, and yeah, you've got some lovely equipment there, and you're coming over, you're both coming over broadcast audio quality there, absolutely superb there, over.
Yeah, Mike 6, Golf Tango Victor. Yeah, if you go to, say, you're on our QRZ pages, you can click the YouTube link to the live stream. I'll just have a look and see how far in you are. You're about 12 minutes in, 11 to 12 minutes. If you have a listen back to it, you can hear your own audio there as we hear you. Over.
Yes, okay, Matt, I'll have a look at that, and I'm running quite an old setup, to be fair, at old Yaesu 840, and the mic is a Shure 450 Series 2, and so there you go, and the antenna's an M3 up about 15 metres, slightly sloping. As I say, you're actually spooming in here, absolutely, and I think the previous station you were said the bands have been quiet, but this morning I'm getting lots of stations coming in. I mean, 10 metres is pretty open as well, so there you go. So, okay, I'll have a look at the YouTube stream. I'll be curious to have a listen to the audio to see how it sounds. And yeah, it's been a pleasure to work both of you there from M6GTV, over.
M6GTV, yeah, it's been a pleasure also this end. I'll pass it over to Nick for his final, and I'll say 73 is my friend. I'll catch you further down the log, I'm sure. Right, over to you, Nick.
Cheers, Matt. 7-3's there. Good to hear you there this morning, Glenn. And we'll hear you further on down the log. Enjoy the rest of your day. 2e0njk, over.
2e0njk and company. Okay, Nick, yeah, lovely part of the world you live in now. I was down to Brixton last year and lovely. And I listened to Radio X7 on my old on my smart speaker. I love Devon. I love the surrounding area and the people are beautiful as well. Okay, have a great morning and I'll say 73s and God bless.
73s, CQ40, CQ40 to Echo 0 in November, Juliet Kilo, with company and live streaming on YouTube. Hello CQ, hello CQ. CQ40, CQ40 to Echo 0, November, Juliet Kilo, with company and live streaming on YouTube. Over. I'm just going to do fire up the old online SDR here and see what we're coming through like up there. What are we on? 96. I love checking on this because it's a hell of a way of I find of finding out band conditions because we're such a solid signal up on this receiver. You know, if signals are down below like S9 plus 10, then the band is really not in good shape. But it looks like we're doing good today. So yeah, not bad at all. M3pxp 2e0njk.
Yeah, no worries, mate. It's all gravy. Pardon me, I'm going to nip off, make a cup of tea in a minute. The old throat's getting a bit dry. But, yeah, ideal. Last two were a surprise because I've been shouting for a bit before you arrived and I didn't get anything. So I thought, it's going to be one of them days. But, yeah, it seems to be working all right. It's doing the job, doing the do, getting out. And I see I'm giving the SDR quite a nice signal, so band can't be in too bad a condition.
Oh yeah, you was nearly peaking at a moment there. You was nearly up at a plus 30 there, so absolutely working, no problem at all. Are you making a cup of tea and going off for a bit, or are you making a brew and coming back?
Oh, I'll be back. I'm only just going to go down, wang the kettle on, make a quick brew, and I'll be straight back.
All right, mate. I'll keep the frequency one, mate.
Yeah, get on, mate. Put the electric blanket on.
Will do, mate. Put the hot toe warmers on.
Yeah, that's it. I need that, mate, because this power supply is freezing my feet.
Mate, I wonder whether you could build just like a little wooden shield or something to divide where the power supply is on the floor away from where your feet are, just so it directs the wind away.
Yeah, I think I need to do something because I was sat here last night and I was thinking, God, freezing in here. And I walked away from the desk and it was roasting because I had the heating on.
It's like you got your own air conditioning going on there, mate. All right, mate, no worries. I'll catch you in a sec. 2e0njk listening. CQ40 to Echo 0, November, Juliet Kilo, 2e0njk. Hello, CQ40, CQ40. Hello, CQ40, hello, CQ40 to Echo 0, November, Juliet Kilo, 2e0njk. CQ40, CQ40. 2e0njk with company that's just stepped away for a moment and also live streaming on YouTube. Over. Hello CQ40, hello CQ40, 2e0njk to Echo 0, November, Juliet Kilo with company and live streaming on YouTube. 2e0njk. Over. Hello CQ40, hello CQ40, 2e0njk to Echo 0, November, Juliet Kilo, with company and live streaming on YouTube. Over. Hello CQ, 2e0njk to Echo 0, November, Juliet Kilo, with company and live streaming on YouTube. Hello CQ40, CQ40. Over. CQ, hello CQ40, hello CQ, CQ40, 2 Echo 0, November, Juliet Kilo, 2e0njk, with company and live streaming on YouTube. Hello CQ40. Hello CQ40, hello CQ, CQ40, 2 Echo 0, November, Juliet Kilo, 2e0njk, with company and live streaming on YouTube. Hello CQ, CQ40. CQ40, hello CQ, CQ40, 2 Echo 0, November, Juliet Kilo, 2e0njk, hello CQ40. Hello CQ, CQ40, CQ, CQ40, 2 Echo 0, November, Juliet Kilo, 2e0njk, with company and live streaming on YouTube. Hello CQ40.
I'm back in the hot seat.
Oh, yeah.
Should roll a cigarette and I'm ready. Ready to rumble.
Let's get ready to rumble. Oh, and had no takers, mate.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
The thing is, mate, the screen's destroyed me because, like, you can call and call and call and get nobody, but you can see people are there, so it's like you don't get discouraged as easily, I find, because you're like, well, the band's got loads of people on it, so they're just not scrolling around, they're in a conversation.
Yeah, see, we got somebody right next to us. Hang on a minute, I'm just doing a fag. I'll be with you.
Roger. Yeah, somebody doing, I think like slow scan TV or something on 100. CQ40, CQ40, 2e0njk. 2 Echo 0, November, Juliet Kilo, with company and live streaming on YouTube. Over. Hello CQ40, 2 Echo 0, November, Juliet Kilo, with company and live streaming on YouTube. Hello CQ, CQ40, 2e0njk, over. Hello CQ40, hello CQ, CQ40, 2 Echo 0, November, Juliet Kilo, with the world's loudest washing machine in the background, 2e0njk, with company and a loud washing machine and live streaming on YouTube. Over. Hello CQ, 2e0njk, 2 Echo 0, November, Juliet Kilo, with company and live streaming on YouTube. Over.
That did make me laugh, mate.
I thought it might.
Yeah, while I was down there, I took the liberty of throwing another log on the fire.
Excellent, mate. Throw another shrimp on the Barbie.
Yeah, that's it. No, I mean, you know, I don't know how Barbie feels about it.
You'd think she'd have enough.
Exactly. Everybody throwing shrimps on her. I mean, you know. Talk about fishy.
You know, just, I don't know, mate. Oh, Sarah and Tegan are back. Hello. Hi. We're all good, mate. CQ40, CQ40, 2 Echo 0, not to lose my train of thought, November, Juliet Kilo, 2e0njk. The washing machine's now stopped spinning, so that's awesome. 2e0njk, with company and live streaming on YouTube. Over. Come on, people, join in the fun. You never know when the washing machine's going to kick up again. Hello, CQ. Hello, CQ. 2e0njk, with company and live streaming on YouTube. Hello, CQ40. Over. Come on, Skunt Twice. Sold!
Yeah, it's good job it's not an auction, mate. We'd have bought it all.
Well, that's pretty much about, well, we kind of have already, mate.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, so, one like I've got come up, on, one of the selling pages this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, 500.
What, like the old one or the new one?
The new one.
My God, that's cheap.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Wow, that's about a third of the price, isn't it?
Yep. New tubes as well.
But was it in nice condition, though?
From what I could see, it looked alright. But, who knows?
Yeah. That's a lot of the problem with, I think, with, or not so much of a problem, it's just something to look out for, isn't it? Depending on how hard a life they've had, you know what I mean? Having said that, the old one, I mean, that thing had been around for decades and then been fairly well beaten up and still was kicking, so it says a lot about them, doesn't it? Yeah, it's good stuff, mate.
Yeah, there's, I was sat in bed this morning just looking through, and, yeah, there's quite a few bits and bobs that are coming up, but it's always the way when you're trying to conserve funds, all the goodies arrive, you know?
Oh, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. The thing is, mate, like we were talking about the other morning, we're at the point now where anything else is just bells and whistles, or I would like to have that. There's nothing that's really holding us back anymore. Obviously, everything can always be tinkered with, quality of life improvements, upgrades, so on and such forth. But I don't think anything we change now is going to make as much of a massive difference as we've made so far. Any increments of improvement we get now are most likely going to be quality of life rather than performance. And if they are performance, they're going to be very small improvements. So, yeah, it's sitting pretty, mate.
Yeah, like you said, mate, I think anything that we change now is unfortunately going to be biblical money, you know? Because we're at the point of kind of the pinnacle, really, without spending thousands. Like I say, any improvements we make now are not going to be cheap improvements, you know?
Absolutely, mate. I was thinking that the other day, was it yesterday or the day before or whenever, the guy had upgraded from a DX10 and said he boxed it up and he's got a 101 now. And I did like the comment of, I don't care what people say, the receiver is better. And then he kind of backpedaled a little bit and went, well, if Sherwood says they're the same, they kind of must be the same, basically. But I don't know. I mean, the lab tests do not lie. There's not that much difference. It is nano difference, but there's features that the 101 has. There's some more, like when you have adjacent signals, the 101 will deal with that chatter from somebody close to you better. The dual VFO, so you can have two different antennas on each VFO, put both VFOs on the same frequency, and then you can pound one left, one right, and listen to like your horizontal and your vertical at the same time to combat some of the fading. And there's just those little improvements that will make everyday use better. Obviously, there's tons of other stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I would love to have one, but it would be difficult. I don't know. I mean, those features are good, especially like, I don't think that like some of the other countries like America and that, I don't think they quite appreciate just how bad 40 meters is on a regular basis for Europeans. Because we've only got 200 wide, it can get so jam-packed, even when it's not even a contest. It's crazy, isn't it? Like, we really do have problems with that. So there's a chance that running a 101 would actually make the difference when it comes to that sort of stuff. But then having said that, I don't think we do too bad. Even when we've got people close to us, we still manage to operate perfectly fine. It's rare that side chatter completely wipes us out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a toss-up, isn't it? I mean, the way I look at it is, compared to what we've got, could I warrant spending the extra money for the 101? And to be honest, like the conversation we were having, is it 1,500 quid better than what we've got? And I don't think it is.
I mean, when it comes down to it, for what we do most regularly, running our little group here on 40 and stuff, sometimes on other bands, I don't think so, no. I think you can spend a lot of time adding equipment, upgrading equipment, blah, 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 and you spend so much time doing that you don't actually spend much time actually operating. And, or at least for me, I mean, I know some people are all about like building stuff. Some people are all about building antennas, test them out, rip them down, build another one, test it out, rip it down. And that's where they get their radio fun. I love antennas, don't get me wrong, but getting on and operating is where it's the main interest for me. Antennas, operating, and CW are my three things. Voice stuff for me is like the main bulk of it these days. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think, like I say, I don't think it would make that much of a difference to how much fun we're going to have doing what we do, you know?
Yeah, well, mate. Yeah, speaking of antennas, today, in a bit, I'm going to go out and tighten up the ropes a bit, so I've got a little bit of slack in the actual antenna itself. So I need to go down the side of the house and tighten that one up, because I think he's a bit flappy. I noticed there was a bit of a sag in it yesterday when I pulled up. So I thought I'd just give that one a tweak, just to stop him flapping around too much. But other than that, yeah, it's all gravy, mate, really. Like we were saying, improvements. I don't think there's much we can do without spending big bucks. And as you know, it's economy drive at the moment, so I'll just be using what I've got, you know?
Yeah, definitely, mate. Even if it wasn't an economy drive situation, mate, it's hard to find something that I would be kind of desperate to go out and get at the moment. Yeah, there are things I would like to get, but they're so much money and so far down the priority list that, yeah, I'm good to go, mate, for a while now. It's going to be at least a few months after Christmas, maybe even more, before I think about anything. I mean, I'm sure I'll still do Google Food looking at stuff. I love doing that. That's never going to change. The headphone dilemma, that's a thing that I'm actually quite interested in. The fact of the headphones frequency response really colouring what's actually coming through on the monitor and such. That's a situation I would like to fix, be it through either just a pair of headphones that has the right frequency response, or a couple of extra cables and a cheapo 30-40 quid headphone amp, and use the second EQ bank to monitor, to adjust the monitor audio. And we can take that SonarWorks software, get the EQ curve, and put in what headphones we're using, and it'll tell you exactly how many dB and what frequency to adjust it to counteract the frequency response and make them sound so they're completely as flat as you can get anyway. I think that's probably going to be the easiest way of doing it, rather than trying to find a pair of headphones that is going to be flat, because you know, if you buy just headphones that are more flat in their response, if you want a little bit of a lift in the easy listening frequencies down the low end, you're not going to be able to do it. Whereas if you do it all with EQ, you can make it flat for monitoring purposes, and then tweak to easy listening comfort.
I was just looking on Radio World. It looks like they've had that other one repaired, you know.
Oh, they got it back up for sale, have they?
Yep.
How much?
300 quid cheaper.
Oh, wow. I mean, maybe with how the chassis and that twisted, maybe they weren't able to get all that sort of squared out again.
Yeah, I reckon so. Yeah, then there's no information in the write-up, as it were. But yeah, I would say that's the one.
Yeah, definitely, mate. There can't be too many of them hanging around to the point where it's a completely different one, especially knowing what happened with that one. But even so, even though you found the other second-hand one, same as what you've got for cheap, you've got a high-quality one, which is kind of worth its weight, really, isn't it?
Oh yeah, most definitely. You know, when funds allow, I will get the other one looked at and repaired, because obviously it's a good either standby or a good one for the group kit, shall I say.
Oh, exactly, mate, exactly. I mean, yeah, it's the way to go. I mean, it was lucky when I had that, my old one spare for Andy to use, you know. It was the same with the audio equipment when Andy got started, wasn't it? If you didn't have that spare stuff, he wouldn't have got started. And as we found out, you get the first item and that's it.
Yeah, that was funny, wasn't it? I don't need that.
Yeah, I don't need none of that rubbish. What a load of crap. Now he's got it. He's like, oh God, I wouldn't run without it.
Yeah, it made me laugh, mate. What was really funny was when we plugged the fist mics back in.
Oh God. I mean, if you haven't heard the other sound through the monitor yourself, or if you're not somebody who uses a monitor, you would never know. I mean, that's not to say that the other stuff was awful. It was just awful in comparison. I think even as standard, like even just using the mic straight into the radio how we originally had it, sounded good, but my God, nowhere near as good as now.
Yeah, no, I know. Just looking, they got the DX3000 for sale.
Yeah. How much is that?
$999.
Yeah, they seem to be going around the grand. I mean, I was saying to Sarah a while back, like if something happens with the pricing, and sometime within the next 6 months to a year, any longer than that, then obviously they're starting to age a bit more, and it's not so much of a bargain. But if they dropped them down to something like, I don't know, something ridiculous, 500-600 quid, like I would find the way to get the money to buy one for that. Even 600-700 quid, I think I would be like, okay, that's so cheap and so many features, you kind of can't not.
Yeah, right on. They got a DX10 here, second hand for $1,149.
Yeah, that's basically what I paid. Well, 1,100 is what I paid for mine when it was, but that was when they were fairly new, though. They'd not long been released. I think they were only out about a year before I got mine.
Yeah, right on. I'll be interested to see what they bring out next. I mean, how can they actually top the DX10, if you know what I mean?
I mean, not that it's the same, but in some ways I would say that you could consider the 710 as topping it. I know that sounds crazy, just hear me out. It's a HF radio. It has the same audio adjustments. It has all the same digital noise reduction and filters. It doesn't have the solid state filters that these have, but it has most of the functions. And it's directly under the 10 performance wise, and they are so, if not to get the AESS version, get the field version without the speaker for 900 quid brand new. I think that almost makes it so it is a DX10 killer, because you're getting most of the performance for 400 quid cheaper. That's pretty damn amazing. Yeah,
but for me it's too small. I mean, it's the DX10 is not a big radio, but the 710, well, the screen's even smaller.
Yeah, it's only a tiny bit smaller, the screen. It's the actual body. Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I kind of don't care. I like small radios. I'm not really... a big radio with extra buttons is great, but I can see why the 710 was smaller, because it's not a hybrid design like ours is. It's full SDR, so the architecture just allows for it to be that little bit smaller. I don't know, mate. I'm not so... the radio being bigger is not a selling point for me personally. I get like you and Andy and a lot of people much prefer a larger piece of equipment with the extra buttons and dials and stuff. But for me, definitely not really a selling point. It's performance really is all I really want.
Yeah, right on. The 101 is still retailing it just under $3,000. And the DX10 brand new is just shy of 1,400 quid.
Yeah. How much is the MP version of the 101?
Just under $4,000.
Yeah. I mean, again, if that was kind of like $2,000, it would be like, oh, you've got to run out and get one at that price. I don't know how I would get the money together, especially at the moment. But in like a year's time or something, when I'm kind of clear of some debts, if it was that cheap, oh God, that would be a struggle. Because at $4,000 to get a new one, that's just, I can't see me ever wanting to, let alone wanting to. I don't think I could. Yeah, it's a bit expensive, isn't it? But what a bit of kit. And I do think that I think they should make more radios at 200 watts, but not just the flagship models. So to have like a 200 watt DX10 or a 200 watt 710, I mean, Kenwood did it with the 480HX. They did the SAT version, which had the antenna tuner, and then they did the HX version where they took the antenna tuner out and put an extra bit of linear amplification in there and give you a 200 watt radio. I think 200 watts is the sweet spot. It's at the point where you're able to get over some poor conditions or some antenna inefficiencies or whatever, but not so much power that you're running a big linear and you need bigger coax and all the rest of it. I think it's definitely the sweet spot, isn't it? It'd be cool if they started making that as either, even if it was like an upgraded add-on extra, you know, like you can pop the lid off and change the filters, the filter whips in your radio. It'd be cool if you could pop the lid off and put in a little module to make it into the 200 watt version.
Yeah, right on. I mean, the 710 field is 900 quid.
Yeah, I mean, performance-wise, that just cannot be beaten. That's the radio to buy at the moment. If you haven't got any brand loyalties or user interface preferences, you're literally just buying, I want the most performance for the least money. There is no other option. There's nothing even close to it.
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think for a lot of people, it's a absolutely banging radio. Right, if you're a serious DXer or contester or something, then sure. Or if you're you come from sort of where we come from with radios, because I think a lot of the people that are newer into radio, this might be generalizing a tad, but they're not used to the giant radios that we had when we first got into radio. So 710's not actually going to seem that small.
No, I know what you're saying. In other news, we got Vectronics HFT 1500 antenna tuner 349.
Yeah, that's not bad. That Vectronics do a lot of ones that look like absolute 100% clones of the MFJ stuff.
Yeah, right on. They've also got a 1.5 kilowatt second-hand automatic antenna tuner.
How much is that?
$599.
Wow, that's not bad for a 1.5K tuner. That's a big beefy one, isn't it?
Yeah, right on. They got a 962D for $349.
Yeah, they keep showing the roller inductor version. That one comes up. There's a lot more of those around than the clicky inductor like you've got.
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it? But yeah, that's on page 1. I'll just flick to page 2 and see if there's anything else of interest. No, it's all the little automatic ones now.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? How you take the power from like a 300 watt ATU to a kilowatt ATU. The actual material cost of the size of the coil and the size of the, the plate spacing and that in the capacitor, it costs them like probably 5% extra, if that, to build it. Yet the price goes up by more than double. It's a little bit crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, well, maybe they're looking at it and they're going, well, if they can afford to run a large amplifier, they can afford to pay for a decent ATU. You know what I mean? Because you look at the average cost of an amplifier now, and you're looking at minimum $1,000, aren't you, for something half decent?
Oh, that's like entry level, unless you're going for a 12-volt mobile one. I think on average, you're looking at 1,200-1,300 quid for the 600 watters, the valve ones, and then you're looking at 2.5 to $5 grand for the bigger ones, isn't it? Yeah, it's crazy, mate. That's why I like that one that was on Lamco, the 400 quid one, 399. That one's built with they've rated it as an 800 watt tuner, but there's if you look at the size of the plate spacing and how many there are and the build of the coil and everything, they use inch wide braid, copper braid, to join all the components together instead of the silly thin wire that you get in an MFJ or any other brand. They're so overbuilt. I think you could key down on 800 watts and go away on holiday for a fortnight and it would still be fine.
Yeah, right on. I do like the Vinetech amps that they've got.
Yeah, that's the same brand with the those tuners. Yeah, they're specs wise, they're very much in the same vein as these VK amps and all the other brands that are doing those sorts of amplifiers. It's a lot of kit for the money, isn't it?
Oh my god. Oh god, they've got a 2 kilowatt one here. Oh my god. $5 grand now.
What's that, an Acom 2000?
No, an SPE Expert.
Oh yeah, they're nice, aren't they?
Yeah, but I don't know if they're that nice.
I mean, the thing about those ones and the Acom and that, they can all be controlled remotely, and they've all got, not all of them, but quite a few of the models have inbuilt automatic antenna tuners. So when you get the thing, you flick through the bands on several frequencies and it will remember the tuning settings, and it will remember the settings for the tune of the actual amplifier, and it's automatic band and frequency switching, pretty much like running a transistor amp, but it's all valve, and it tunes the amp and the ATU all itself.
Yeah, it's some nice kit out there, but yeah. Oh dear.
Tell me about it, mate. Every time I see Callum, DX Commander, on his live stream with his Acom 2000, and you watch how quickly he changes bands, and you're like, man, that is a valve amplifier, and it runs like a transistor. It just makes me like, oh god, I wish maybe one day, mate, I'll get to that level. I mean, I've always a bit, as you know, you're the same as me, mate. Always been a fan of that kind of thing, mate. It's very, very cool.
Oh my god. On Lamco, they've got a FT102.
Oh wow, that's mental. How much is that?
259.
Holy shit, kebab, that's cheap.
Yeah, mental, isn't it?
I've got a severe domestic QRM here, mate.
Would it be almost cheaper to buy one of them than get the one I've got repaired?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Look, FT1000 MP, 12-month warranty, $7.99.
Where are you looking?
In used gear.
Well, on Lamco.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still too much money at the minute. But, yeah. Well, that's crazy.
Oh, mate, even if it was like 300 quid, I probably wouldn't buy it. Not these days. I got too used to the modern features, mate.
Yeah, I suppose. But yeah. Well, there we are.
Could you live without the screen?
No.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I don't know, mate. I like to think I could, but I just know that I would. Having recently been back to no screen, I can tell thee it's nowhere near as much fun.
Yes. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, the 891 is a great radio. The receiver's really good, just as... Alright, not by the Sherwood report, it's way down from the DX10, but in practical everyday use, it's got the same sort of sound. It's got that modern Yaesu sound, it's got the same EQ for receive and transmit. Yeah, everything's all tickety-boo, mate. It's a good little radio. It's just, oh god. The no screen to go and find stations and find a frequency that you're going to operate on. My god, mate, it was definitely not fun, mate.
I see they got two 102s for sale.
How much is the second one?
Yeah, same price.
My god. Is that in their sold as seen or their warranted ones?
In their junk sale, yeah.
Yeah. That may or may not work then.
Yeah, well, obviously you'd ask the question, wouldn't you?
Yeah, most of I think all of the stuff in the junk sales all sold as seen. I don't know whether that means they'll tell you whether it works or not, or whether it's pay the money and find out.
Yeah, it's a big punt, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a hell of a punt. Heil Pro Set Icon version Heil headset, 159 quid. No, thank you.
Yeah, no, we shan't be doing that.
Oh god, no. 2e0njk, by the way, for identification purposes.
With m3pxp.
Oh look, don't tell Andy, mate. There's a Behringer C1 condenser microphone here, 39 quid.
Oh god.
Mate, he loved that Behringer, didn't he?
He did, but I think he wouldn't now.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what, I was looking on Amazon. They're doing the MXL 990, which is, it's been known for quite a while as one of the best budget condensers you can get. That's a full-size diaphragm and that. There you go, 69 quid, mate. Brand new.
cheapest chips would have 4.
Yeah, what a spare one when one breaks.
Yep. But that's got to have phantom power, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, luckily the Rex got it.
Oh God, can I go through that again?
Well, it's just switching the microphone, isn't it?
Oh yeah, of course it is. Easy as that.
Why, what else you gotta do?
All settings.
Oh yeah, I mean, personally I would just leave it as it is and then maybe fine tune if needed. The thing is you wouldn't need to change any of the exciters or anything. It would just be changing the EQ, wouldn't it?
Yeah, possibly. But or you could run both.
Yeah, that would definitely do. I tell you what would be cool is to like use a high pass and a low pass filter, so all the low end comes from the dynamic, and then all the mid range and high end comes from the condenser. That would be fancy.
Yeah, it ain't bad, is it? I mean, for the money, 69 quid. Arc at me.
Well, it's half the price of the next option. The next one I would actually like the buy once and it's definitely going to do well is the Rode NT1 series. NT1. It's the signature series, the new one. You can get it in all the colors. That's white. Where's the silver? Green, pink, purple, black, blue, red. You can get it in all the colors, but yeah, the Rode NT1 signature series comes with the pop filter, shock mount, microphone, everything. 135 quid.
Yeah, that's not all the money, is it? I think we paid that for these, didn't we?
Yeah. I mean, that's the one I would, if I was going to change to a condenser and wanted to get one that I know is going to be good, it would be that.
Yeah, right on, mate. But I mean, it would be interesting to try a condenser to see what the difference was. But you know, if we knew somebody who had one that we could borrow and just plug it in and go, nah, that's not good, you know.
Oh, they're completely different sounding. You know how flat and really, really bland these sound with no EQ and that on? Well, the condenser is going to sound a little bit more like this one after the EQ. Obviously, without doing anything to it EQ-wise. It's going to have much more better, more detailed mid-range and high-end, and it's going to reach much lower into the bass response. Let me just find, I'll find a chart and put them up here. You look at the frequency response of the NT1 versus the frequency response of our microphone. They're wildly different.
Yeah, right on, mate. I'd just like to say hello to the 5 people who are watching the live stream. Good morning. Hope you're having a good morning.
Right, just off of specs, 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, and let me find the dynamics here. To 18 kilohertz frequency response on the Procaster. So it goes down to 25 hertz and up to 20 kilohertz. So you got 2K more on the top end and 50 hertz lower on the low end for the condenser there. So it's gonna go much lower and be more detailed at that low end than the dynamic will be.
Yeah, right on. I can't see us talking Andy into it anyway.
Oh, hell no.
Then his sounds quite bright anyway, the way he's got his set, I think.
He doesn't have, he's got the low end all completely flat, and obviously he's not got the FX2000. Or did he? Has he got an FX2000? I can't remember now.
No.
Yeah, so that we've got some low end added in that as well. So yeah, but yeah, he's I'm pretty sure he's got most of the low end pretty on his EQ completely flat.
Yeah, because I think he was over, wasn't he? I think for a minute, for a time being, he was way too deep, wasn't he?
Yeah, but that was the problem because of the headphones he was using. When he changed headphones, that all changed, didn't it? Because he was like, oh, I've got no low end. And they kept turning it up and turning it up. And they're like, yeah, the low end's there, mate. It's just your headphones ain't playing it.
Yeah, right on. Well, maybe when we're down over there next, we'll have a bit of a tweak with it.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Absolutely. You don't know how it does it, especially if you take a picture of where he's at and just say go up a couple on the first 3 sliders there, innit?
Yeah, right on. I mean, my 25 is pretty much to the top. My 40 is 1 notch up, and the 63 is halfway between flat and first notch.
Yeah, that's basically where mine is, pretty much. I'm up 2 notches on the 25, 1 notch on the 40, half a notch on the 63, half a notch down on 100, and all the rest of the normal ones. But yeah, I've got the same sort of lift in the low end as yours has.
Yeah, right on, mate. Well, you never know, mate. We'll perhaps look at going down that route after Christmas, eh?
I mean, this is why I was saying the MXL 990. Let me find the frequency response for that. It's going to give you a lot of what condensers do. It's a good sounding mic, and it is uber cheap. Yeah, it's probably the cheapest microphone you can buy that's got some quality to it. It's not the best, but it's a quality microphone and would definitely do the job. I've heard a couple of people on the radio actually using them.
Yeah, right on. I mean, if it's the frequency response is anything like the Rode one, then yeah, party on, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, and there's more of a fine detailed chart here. It's got a slight lift around 1K, a slight dip around the 300K. In the muddiness area, it's flat at about 100, and then it slowly tapers off down to 20. But it's only a couple of dB taper off. Yeah, it goes a much wider frequency response than the dynamic, but even a terrible sounding condenser is going to do that anyway. But the frequency response is not so much everything, it's how it handles those frequencies as well. Very much like your speakers and that. You can have 2 speakers that go to the same sort of frequencies, but they don't sound the same. But yeah, it's a good sounding mic. I've heard it used for voiceover stuff. I've heard it used for recording music, and I've heard it on the radio as well by a couple of people. And yeah, it wouldn't be a waste of money, that's for sure. It's a good sounding mic. It would need a lot less tweaking like we've got massive increases down the low and massive increases up in the mid-treble area. We wouldn't need half as much with one of these condensers, be it the 990 or the Rode.
Yeah, right on. Like you say, it might be worth looking into after Crimble. But I'm going to shoot off in a minute, mate. I'm going to pop out and see Mum and Dad, give them the updates on what's happening job-wise. So I'm going to make a few calls as well. So I'll give you a shout when I'm back, alright, mate?
Alright, mate, no worries. Pleasure doing business as always, and we will reconvene at a later time, mate. 2e0njk clear.
m3pxp clear. Yeah, it should be, what's time now? It's now 11. I reckon it'll be about 2 o'clock, alright?
Yeah, no worries, mate, no problem.
Alright, dude, it's been a pleasure, and thanks for the yap this morning, mate. Kept me from getting bored, and I'll catch you a little bit later.
Yeah, my pleasure as always, mate. 73732 to anybody monitoring. Bye-bye for now.
Catch you later, Nick.